You too can have a shop just like this. Welcome back to Armed and Dangerous DIY. This video was suggested to me, and I get the comment all the time from people about, I really wished I could have a shop like yours. This shop is 13 foot by 13 foot. I want to show you how much stuff you can have in a shop this small. I did use the long run here for my chop saw. This is the last little bit of my shop. I want to show you how I expanded my shop and how I used some creative shelving and storage techniques to really maximize all the stuff I have down here. The amount of storage in this shop is basically obscene, but it doesn't look like it. So let me show you. In a small area is that you have to go up. The only things that are on the floor are things that can't go up. There's nothing on the floor that doesn't need to be there. And in fact, the floor is actually pretty clean. What I did in the beginning, and I removed this load-bearing wall, then I put a new header in. You can see it right here, running all the way over to here. That allowed me to take what was a small doorway here originally and open it up. The same goes for here too, but there's actually another header right here. So before I took that wall out, you can see it was actually an enclosed utility room, and my shop was actually part of the finished basement space. Here's a shot of what was behind that wall in the utility room. You can see how cramped it was and basically useless it was. You can see on the floor here the bottle jacks we used to lift up and support the house temporarily while we slipped the header in to remove that wall. And here we were using the new expanded shop and painting. If you actually look at the floor, you can see right where the original wall ended. It was the first step to increasing the size of my shop. Step two was that I added this wall in the basement to make a bigger shop and to keep the dust down. You'd never know it from the other side that this wall was never original. So this is what the basement actually looked like when I moved in. I had sold a lot of my tools off prior to getting married and moving into a smaller house, and this is all I had left from that era of my life. You can see how big this basement is, and it was just ripe for the claiming for a shop. So I framed up a stud wall, put up drywall and insulated it, ran more electrical down there. See my dad helping me put that wall in too. This was probably about 2018. I think Eva was probably about 4. So by adding the wall and removing the 2 narrow openings and replacing them with really wide headers, he set the stage for all the things I did down here afterward. You too can have a shop just like this. The second thing I did was I built shelving. All the shelving is 18 inches deep and makes very efficient use of 2x3s, 1x3s, and 1/2 inch plywood. So what's in other toolboxes I will definitely be getting to. I'm going to show you what's in every single one of them. The point I want to emphasize here is that it's important to clean as you go. All my raw materials are stored in a lot of these toolboxes up on my shelving out of the way. I get the box down, I get the materials I need for my project, and then I put it back. I have very limited counter space in my shop, so every little inch is important, and I do my best to keep it orderly as I do my projects. Here's cute little baby James. This is from 2019. It's when I decided to really get serious about setting up this basement shop. I spent the first 3 years at this house fixing things upstairs, and now it was my turn to finally get my shop back in working order. Here's the first shelves I installed in this new shop. It solved my immediate storage problem. As you can see, I've collected a few more things since then. The second key to maximizing space in your shop is to go up. I was able to move all my little things up to the shelving. I got everything off the floor and out of the way. So with this dead alley of sorts, I just opted to build some shelving, but make it double up a rest for my chop saw. So I'm always looking for things I can get up off the floor. My spray paint cabinet, pipe clamps, drill press tools, my own personal hardware store, more hardware store, clamps, charging station. With all the big stuff staying on the floor and most of the small stuff going up, kind of converged on 2 really good storage solutions: filing cabinets and toolboxes. Always on the lookout for toolboxes at garage sales. I counted 27 roughly toolboxes. There's 3 basic types of toolboxes: homemade ones, store-bought ones, and then divider bins that I actually did pay full price for at the hardware store. So this video is an experiment by me to see if you like these types of videos. I have a whole second shop up in the garage that's about 30 to 40% more of my tools. I could also do a tour of all the big tools I have in my shop, all my hand tools. I could probably make 3 or 4 videos of all the stuff I have in my 2 small and compact shops. If this type of stuff interests you, let me know in the comments. I would really like to hear from you. So let me show you the types of variety I have in these toolboxes. First up is homemade toolboxes. This is a hinge routering kit, a letter routering kit, my zip ties, and my PEX collection. Here's my shrink wrap, my electrical crimp connectors, odds and ends hardware, electrical and pneumatic fittings. Sorted dies, sorted taps, both by size and type of tap. These are my riv nuts and associated tooling. Staples and brads. Dremel tool and bits. My Craig pocket hole screw kit and screws. Oversized hole saws. My good soldering iron. And my good solder sucker. Caster wheels. Corner clamps and spare pipe clamps. Plumbing pipe. Plumbing everything else. Bearings. And my favorite toolbox, the weird hardware box. Pipe clamp protectors, small spools of wire, 2 spare toolboxes. These are tools I typically give away when people need tools. And painting supplies. Round bar stock for my lathe, tool accessory tote, tools I need to restore tote, rubber, vinyl, and other sheet material, my old school Sawzall, pipe sweating, arts and crafts stuff for my kids, my hot plate and precision scale, low voltage and audio video cable, electrical boxes, plates, outlets, etc., AC power cord, and drafting supplies. The goal with the toolboxes is not let the weight get so much that it's hard to get up and down in general. I have 2 rolling tool cabinet carts, my main one which has all my tools I use every day, marking instruments, small rulers, any type of screwdriver, things that can cut you, pliers and wrenches, driver bits and drills, sockets and socket handles, spanners or box wrenches, hammers, electrical specialty tools, squares and miscellaneous, oversized tools. With my tool chest, I have no 2 tools that are alike. There's not a lot of stuff in the drawers. Every tool in that toolbox is unique to its size or function. Second one by my lathe with all my special metalworking tools in it. My machinist set of drill bits, easy outs, mill bits I've acquired that eventually will fit my mill when I get one, measuring instruments and calipers, starter drill bits, miscellaneous, hammer drill bits and oversized drill bits, unusual sizes, lathe tooling and wrenches, calipers and measuring instruments, tap handles and the gear change set for my lathe, shim stock, punches, sandpaper, high precision toolkits, more high precision tools, large lathe accessories. I have all my high precision metalworking tools in a completely separate toolbox. Most of my tools are in the main part of my shop. I even made use of this open space and put a wood rack in. Then I also have an auxiliary one over here that I use for tools that I normally only use with the drill press. 1/2 to 1 inch drill bit set and thread finders, good drills, my lettering punch kit. This has safety supplies and cord, scribes and unusual measuring instruments, epoxies, Loctite, specialty glues. And don't forget about my spray paint toolbox. Most of the things I have in my 2 filing cabinets, the one there and the one there, are too big to fit in a toolbox. That's why the filing cabinets are the ideal solution. But look how far out these drawers come. Gluing, caulking, etc. types of supplies, hot glue gun stuff, and spare brad nails, staples, that kind of stuff. All my sandpaper, sanding supplies, everything like that. Probably the drawer I use the most. It has tape and gluing supplies, shims, things like that. And the topmost drawer has all of my battery powered tools that I don't use that often but still need to. Sander, jigsaw, oscillating saw, that kind of stuff. Kind of just a revolving bin for any cordless tools I keep in the basement so I know where they are. The bottom drawer has corded tools that I don't use as often, but enough. This drawer has glues, solvents, extra spray paint, any kind of chemicals I might need for cleaning or prepping or anything like that. The third drawer up contains things that are in a box. So I've got my Forstner bits, my 200-watt soldering iron, extra jigsaw bits, hole saws, picture hanging kit, stuff like that. Router bits. And the top drawer has all my design paper and other things. And then these are the corded and air powered tools I use the most that I don't always keep out. Like I said earlier, this shop is only 13 foot square, the main area here. That means every bit of floor space is extremely valuable. So I made my second bench here that can collapse flat against the wall. Sometimes I'm doing large projects or just need the floor space. I didn't want to cripple myself by having 2 workbenches that eat up a large portion of the floor space. This is literally built out of an old piece of desk that a friend of mine had that he was throwing out. It's very sturdy and sticks out quite far. So in summary, I hope this video was helpful to you. In a 13 by 13 shop with some auxiliary space, I've made amazing use of this. Being able to go up off the floor and storing everything vertically in toolboxes, no matter what form they are, really is a good use of efficient space. Hopefully that will help you in your pursuits to have your own awesome home shop too. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Well, if you made it this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I have a wide variety of projects on my channel, and I would really appreciate it if you would leave me a like or subscribe, or maybe watch one of my other videos. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.